of loss and may not be suitable for all investors. Be sure to review your financial situation before investing with Walsh Trading, Inc. Info at walshtrading.com. Call 1-800-993-5449. The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Are you kidding me? Who told you that?
It's a known fact.
No. Incorrect. You are absolutely incorrect.
Everybody knows at school.
There's always three sides to a story: his, hers, and the truth. Welcome to He Said, She Said, South Florida Style, starring Amy Schreibman and Mike L. Mudici.
Typical caveman response.
Logic versus illogic.
Yes, and apparently I am the only one with logic in the room.
My wife tells me that all the time.
Exactly.
Listen to learn more about what he said and about what she said.
How does Noah deal with this?
He deals with it very well because I am in charge.
Understood.
As most women are.
Not in my household.
Oh, please stop it now.
No, Abby's in charge.
You're damn right she's in charge.
When she's home with the kids.
And maybe, just maybe, you can pick a side. And now, here's Dr. Amy Schreibman and Mike L. Mudici with our show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to He Said, She Said, South Florida Style. Mikey's back. I'm a little annoyed with him, but you can get us on.
You love me.
You can get us on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM. Please call us at 1-888-565-1470. So what's cooking?
What's cooking? You know what? We were down in South Beach this past week, and we had a very nice time. Have you been down to South Beach?
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah. There's a lot of life down there. But what are people thinking about, like, do people look at their daughters before they go out?
No, the kids sneak out.
Now, South Beach is going to be an older crowd, but now I'm actually going to transfer this to segue to, like, the proms. You see these proms are going on right now? What girls are wearing, it's ridiculous.
Why?
It's way too short.
Way too short
way
without
too
underpants.
slutty. It's just not. It's not appropriate.
No.
It's not appropriate.
But you were looking.
No, listen. It's like it's ridiculous. You haven't seen it? Anyway.
We have
any comments on that?
Fred, can you adjust the camera so that Nancy can be in the
Nancy,
no.
You're here, but you're not here.
You're gonna
I'm
have
a
to leave
ghost.
forward, I think.
You're what?
I'm a ghost.
You're a ghost.
Just a
ghost.
You're a
Just a
figment
ghost.
of
I
our
don't know how to fix
imagination.
Yes.
But Nancy's back from Jersey, by the way.
Welcome, Nancy.
I have to be honest with you. I love going to the beach lately here in Florida simply because, simply because I love that no women from not that are American, that are from other countries, I love you. They just don't care.
Oh, they don't care.
They just don't care. I think it's amazing. We were at the beach the other day.
Which beach do you go to?
Well, we go wherever we want to go, but we were in Deerfield
Like
this day.
the Nude Beach?
Never.
No. Although I had been on one on Long Island. That's a long
I
time
was
ago.
in St. Martin.
But
With
on Long Island a long time ago. But anyway, I was young.
I see it Long Island.
It's Long Island.
Long Island.
But anyway, these women were like just two-piecing it up and
Proud.
I would have never done that.
You would never have done that?
No.
I
But
saw a picture of you at Facebook on a beach.
Freddie's going to put it up. Fred, you're going to show the skin, Schreibman's skin.
Schreibman skin.
But I look
it's
like
X-rated, everybody. It's X-rated.
I look like a Mennonite, but apparently a lot of men's heads were turned.
No,
I don't know if I should say that. I guess I'm allowed to say that.
Different conversation.
Yeah.
But down in the DR, it's like on Saturday afternoon, if I'm getting out of my project, I'm looking
That's
at...
a lie, but go ahead.
No. Listen, I'm working during the morning and Saturday and the weekends, and in the afternoon I'll go to the beach, and I'll see the European
God bless
guys, and like they'll be wearing a G-string, and they'll be like 300 pounds or 280 pounds, and I'm laughing. I'm like,
Well, we saw...
Have you looked in the mirror?
We knew the
All
men...
you see is Speedos.
Yes, we knew the European men
it's a
with
whole
Speedos.
different-
I personally enjoy a long jam short. I find that attractive. Remember that older gentleman? He was an older gentleman. I would say probably 80. But he looked
You're
so...
into that type of thing, huh?
No, I
wasn't
don't.
80.
My husband's 80. I
thought you were a Puma.
Maybe he was 70. He had like a nice, very nice white bathing suit with he just looked
A
really
checkered
nice.
pattern, yeah, he was
very
sharp. Very
and
sharp
I enjoyed
gentleman.
that. I didn't. Some men there should no.
No,
It was
no.
no.
You'd never see me.
That was a glamour. Don't.
I
don't
enjoyed
care for that.
the French Canadians down here in the Speedo. I get a kick out of it.
Yeah, it's very funny.
I do.
Take it easy,
it's
huh?
This
Both of you.
big.
You guys are one and the
It's just
same.
not. it's not attractive on anyone.
No.
That look.
What, the Speedo, the
I don't-
banana hammock?
Yeah, I don't find.
But, hey, but the Brazilian cut, that's not bad.
No, for women,
the
it's
women,
okay.
if
The women,
young,
I don't
why
mind.
not?
I find I really feel this way. If you have a hot body,
Wear it.
sister, go ahead. More power
Flaunt
to
it,
you.
huh?
I
Flaunt
think
it.
so.
Why
If you got
not?
it, flaunt
When
it.
you're
Why not?
young.
When
Why
you're
not?
young, I don't. Even if you're old and you got it, show it. But I don't. No, that's never a nice look for the gentleman.
The banana hammock?
I don't care for that.
So you don't allow Noah to wear it?
Oh God, no!
Wow.
Never.
No,
never,
that was like a
never.
backhanded compliment.
No, I don't. No, my husband is not that way. He's very classy and he's just fine in what he wears. It's very good, but no, I would never allow that. That would not be allowed.
Have you been to Nude Beach?
I have been to a nude beach when
That's
I was
disgusting.
when I was a young girl. The boy that I was dating
Oh,
took
jeez.
me there.
Really?
Which one? In Fire Island?
No, it was on. There's
That's
like
a different-
thing
that
off
was a different
Jones
boyfriend.
On
That's-
Long
Oh, I
Island.
remember
You
that
remember
one.
all the way
Okay, yes,
down.
yes.
It was- I was not pleased.
You weren't pleased, but you stayed.
Well, we have to look once.
I had to
mean,
go.
we're young.
I was young. I was 25. I knew nothing. I was like, I'll go. I'll see what it's like.
What about the Nude Beach on St. Martin? I always love to
No, I've been to
walk
St.
by.
Martin, but I haven't been to the Nude Beach.
On the French side,
Okay.
right at the end. Love it.
Yeah, really?
I
The
like
real-
to look.
For everybody listening, the real Nancy is just showing up.
I'm always
Welcome
here.
to the party.
This
Welcome
is
to
it.
the party. No, I don't know. I think if you have a beautiful body, male or female, go ahead, but don't do the Speedo because that's bad.
Yeah.
It's just not attractive. But there were some very cute young men on the beach.
Take it easy.
There was. We had a very
Did you
nice
ever
time.
watch Friends when you were growing up?
Always.
Okay. Speedo reminds me of Phoebe. Because do you remember when she wanted to change her name to Princess Consuela Banana Hammock?
Banana hammock? I don't remember that. That's like, what were we talking before the show? The police.
I
That's
love
before,
the police.
Yeah, that's right.
Let me
Seinfeld,
I have
so
a
it's
police
great.
story. I have a police story. Do you want to hear my
I
police
want to
story?
hear your police story.
I decided I was 18, and I was in love with this boy from he was from Queens, College Point, Queens. Al, if you're listening, you knew I was in love with you, and I was.
How many boys have you been in love with?
Oh, lot.
No,
The truth
no,
just comes
no.
out.
Like this was my first
Love of
I
love.
thought that Grudy guy
Yeah,
was.
he was
He
too,
was
but
the
I was
baby
a
love.
kid.
puppy.
He was the
Guido?
puppy
What did you
love.
say?
Grudy.
Anthony
Grudy.
Guidario. Anthony, if you're
Anthony,
listening, you know that I love you.
yeah.
Anthony.
He's a very handsome boy. But anyway, this
And
other
then what
boy,
about
he
Eugene
looked
Hickey
just.
on the
Oh,
bus?
I love Eugene.
Hey, I'm going to get a legal pad and some pen.
I
want to
could
start writing
just
these
keep
names down.
naming them.
No, but
I wanna see how many
let me
notches
just
are,
say,
you know.
this young man he retired. I think he's a retired policeman, but he was very handsome. He looked just like Sting from the Police. So he introduced me to Sting from the music from the Police. So I was 18 years old, and I said to my youngest sister, I said, "Let's go. We're going to the concert." She goes, "What do you mean?" She goes, "You have tickets?" I said, "No, we're going to get tickets." So this is literally now I'm 18, so my sister's 15. I have her in my car, sitting outside the car, driving over the Whitestone Bridge, screaming, "Tickets! Anybody got tickets?" We got 2 tickets.
Well,
we
we
went to that
You
concert.
got-
Did you go
Got
to
2 tickets on the
to the
on
Police
I
at
did
Jones
a Shea
Beach?
Stadium.
And for everybody listening,
I
that
went
was
to
the
Shay's.
1968 concert. So it was
No,
good,
I
right?
think it was probably like 1980.
It was 80 something. The album was Synchronicity.
Great album. Great
Loved it,
album.
loved it.
Great. I saw
love
him at
He
Jones
is-
Beach.
Yeah.
He is so
He's
handsome.
fantastic.
So handsome.
Hey,
He
kitty.
lost his voice.
I don't care, Nancy. Do you
I'm
hear
not a
him when you
fan.
look at
Yeah,
him?
I don't like him.
Very handsome.
Not my cup of tea.
I enjoy
Who's your
him.
cup of tea?
Mike's your cup of tea. She
No,
likes- look
stop
at-
it. You are cute, definitely. You want to know who my cup of tea
Abby,
is?
you got competition, baby.
No,
you got
no,
competition.
no. I love Abby. Stop
does.
it. You know who I like? Don't laugh. Pearl
Blake?
Jam. Eddie
Oh, yeah.
Vedder.
Yeah,
I like him.
You know who I have
You know
to
who
say?
else I really like?
Who?
Edge from
Bon, you too.
Bon.
Yeah.
I like
No,
a rocker.
Yeah, you like a rocker?
she likes
I like-
men like tattooed and snakes.
I
She
do.
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Like
have
a
any cats, but
rocker.
you know what? For you, I'm going to get one.
Okay. Okay.
No,
Hey, Amy,
I-
how was Mick Jagger in class?
Kiss my behind. I got the moves like Jagger.
You got like the moves like Jagger.
No, but let me say one thing. I do. I think that I like men in general. I have to say, I enjoy a man who is
That also implies that you like women in general, too.
no, I don't.
No.
I like don't you like a charming man? I love a man who's charming, and I love a man who thinks he's charming, but we already know that he's just charming, but he's like playing the game, and you know that you're like kind of in on the game. I like that.
I don't know
like
what
that.
she just said.
Yeah, I don't know.
Forget about that
She's thinking.
statement. I don't even.
She's looking at me and thinking about Blake. That's it.
I don't know. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
We're
Anybody
gonna have to
listening? and are
replay
listening,
that.
We
No,
need to
I
replay.
mean I like
That's
a
like
guy
the
who
skit.
knows that he's
I like
charming
generally
and
I
conning
like guys,
you,
but I
But the
don't like
man
guys.
was
but the-
charming, but not charming and playing. He was
no,
charming.
like you're in on his game.
I
like
felt
you-
like I was
you-
with
like
the
so, he's
Melissa
like your perfect
McCarthy
guy is like at the
Smith.
beach. He's got a speedo on,
Yeah.
and but
And
then
he's
he's charming.
charming.
I like a man who is.
Tom Jones.
I never cared for him, by the way.
My mother loves him. Stop
okay.
it.
He wears a speedo.
Yeah, that's why I don't
My
care.
mother loved him.
He's
Stop
actually
it.
a nice looking man now.
He is a
Very
good-looking
good looking man.
Look like my father.
Well,
But no, I like a guy who is comfortable. Like I have to say, my husband is like people go, like your wife's crazy, like she does all these things, and he's like, that's my wife. Like I like a guy who's gonna not holds me back, but keep up with me. You know what I mean? And
so you want to be? You're in charge.
no, I don't want to be in charge. I
But,
just want to be left
obviously,
alone.
if you wanna-
I don't like to be
you-
suffocated. I do not like
Right.
Oh
suffocation.
yeah, that's what she wants to talk about.
I do not like
Suffocation, and
suffocation.
not in a bad way, if you know what I'm talking about.
Hey.
No, I don't like. I don't like.
I bet
that
you should've
feeling.
done that too, but that's a
I
different
don't
story.
like to have to report to somebody. I
Yeah.
don't. I don't like that. I don't like.
I hate a man who drags you down. And you know who I'm talking about.
Yes,
Inquiring minds
Want
want
to
to
know?
know.
What about you though? Like what chicky
There
kind of
has
girls
to be
besides me? What
kind
do
of
you like?
woman that makes you sick.
It makes me sick in a
Not-
good
I
way.
don't mean-
Like-
no,
like
not in a
vomiting
good way,
sick,
like-
nauseous sick.
No,
or-
like who tries to pull you back or bring you down.
No, you know what? In terms of women who I think are absolutely beautiful, besides my wife, of course.
Of course.
And me.
Penelope Cruz, that type of elegance,
She-
classy,
Gorgeous.
gorgeous, naturally beautiful. She's
And no cray cray.
no what?
No, she's not a cray cray. Not
What's a
crazy.
cray cray? Oh, no,
That's a
crazy.
cray-cray,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's a good.
It's an Amy and Nancy word.
Okay. Yeah.
She's not cray cray. I enjoy
Yeah.
a non cray
Yeah,
cray.
I
know,
like-
Shakira. Have you heard anything negative about Shakira?
Never.
See,
Have you
I-
ever?
and I
Have you
like
seen her
her.
like in some
She's not
celebrity
stupid.
BS type of thing? No,
Right.
I
and she speaks
enjoy
several
intelligence.
languages.
Oh, she's
really
lovely.
intelligent. So there you have your charisma, you have your intelligence,
have it all.
and you have the whole
And
package.
talent
And
and,
I have
quiet.
to be honest
Quiet.
with you, I have to say, looks are not everything either. Like, I enjoy intelligence, man or woman. You get, to me, more handsome, more beautiful when you're intelligent and you can
Yeah,
have an,
I agree.
You know, if you could be as beautiful as like God thought about, like I met a woman today. I got to tell you something.
Yeah.
5 more minutes, I would have asked her out. She was gorgeous. I'm not kidding around. Perfect nose, all plastic surgery. She's a young kid too.
Get her doctor.
No, I wanted to. She was really beautiful. The minute she opened her mouth, I literally couldn't find the garbage pail fast enough to throw up. I was like, oh, you just ruined it for me, because I'm like figuring nice words were going to come out, at least a couple.
Dumb as a box of
Dumb
rocks.
as a stump, and like
Yeah, well.
made me sound like I went to Harvard. It was sad. It was sad.
Aw.
Do we have a phone call?
Yeah, I think John Walsh is calling in. Is John,
John,
there?
your fan club is here.
Cool.
Enjoy
John,
it.
you there?
Doing?
How
Yeah,
are you,
can you hear
John?
me,
Your
Mike?
fan club is alive and well. You got
Glad to
2
hear it,
for
glad
1
to hear
tonight
it.
here.
Sue for
Need-
London.
need
A
a
lot of
fan
people
club.
pay for that, John.
John, we
Yes,
can't hear you. Are
indeed.
you on?
I am on. Can you hear me?
Now we can.
Now we can.
What's happening?
Yeah,
Tell
how
us
are you
about
guys
what's going on in
doing?
the markets. You called, I think you made that call correct back in March here, last week, with the Fed, and how's it affecting things?
Well, Mike, there's just a lot of stuff going on. I mean, you know that you know that as well as anybody. There's a lot. There's just a lot to digest right now from a macro sense. We're not real far into Trump's administration, and he's tried to tackle a whole lot of things in a short
lot.
period of time. And it all kind of ties together. So I think there's a lot of uncertainty, but I think the long term is very certain and very optimistic, in my humble opinion. And I think it all stems from kind of a dollar-centric type of a theme. I think the dollar is going to continue to remain strong on a relative basis. It gives us somewhat of a preeminent position from a global perspective. I think that there was a little bit of a failure there with respect to the whole Obamacare situation.
Right.
But we're moving on now, and we're going to start focusing on tax reform. And I think that that's really a major thing. And then, then you'll step into the repatriation of funds and giving people a break to bring money back on shore. So I think the next 6 to 12 months, there's just going to be a lot of neat opportunities to look at, and the market's going to react to all those opportunities. Specifically within the commodities, the dollar strength has been somewhat deflationary for the agricultural sector. The stock market is held up. You've got bonds have put a long-term high in. They're kind of going sideways here for a minute,
right.
But ultimately, they've signaled that we're going to continue to see increases. I think that people will be surprised with the strength of the economy, and so I think you'll see further increases. And I think the bond market is going to continue to move lower. One thing people can look at also, you've got a big inverse in the long-term part. You've got the 30-year. Way over the 10s and the 5s.
Right.
And so there's just a lot of neat things to look at, Mike.
John, let me ask you a question here. Have you been listening to our conversation for the past few minutes?
I have, yes,
okay,
I have.
So everyone, John Walsh, been John Walsh and been friends with John Walsh for many years, and we're very lucky to have Walsh Trading, his company, as our sponsor. But John has also got a very lively personality as well. So on the lighter side, John, do you like watching guys in Speedos?
Mike, you like to wear a grape smuggler. I never allowed to say that. Don't you wear that at your pool every afternoon?
There you go. See, I know it, John.
Yeah,
I know it.
John, that's the other side of me, John. We got to keep that just between ourselves and the listening audience of 3 million people. But thank you very much. Hey, John, how can people reach out to you and your company?
Well, please feel free to just send us an email at info@walshtrading.com, or you could call directly 800-993-5449. No obligations. Feel free to call and talk about the markets. Be happy to talk to anybody who has an interest in the markets in general. So thanks a lot, guys.
And John, you have a fan club going on here. Nancy and Amy.
Because you're
Love
intelligent and very suave.
I love listening to you, John. Thank you.
Very
They're
debonair.
having dreams about you, John.
Don't tell him that.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that.
Abby says you do not wear Speedo.
No, I go cowboy.
Yeah, me too. I love my pool. I love it. I commando, not
Commando,
cowboy.
cowboy. Yeah, you go cowboy. I go
I'm
commando.
cowboy. There you go. No.
John, thanks a lot.
Bye,
Okay,
John.
guys. Take care.
We'll
Take
see
care.
you,
John.
We'll talk to you soon. So
Hey,
look,
yeah,
Mike's all
there's no
red
there's no
'cause
Speedos.
There's no Speedos.
There's no Speedos in my household.
No
I'm
I don't
sorry.
think they make many Speedos in America.
Oh, I would kill some.
I thought you were going to say they don't make Speedos for my size.
No. Stop that.
Whole other story.
Hold
But
on.
I'm bummed. No. So I don't know. So what do you think about what's going on with the government?
What do I think is going on?
It's a cup of
Well, let's let Nancy talk first. And
Cup
then,
of
Oh, don't put me in that position.
you know what? I'll say this. I'm going to say this.
Go ahead.
Obstructionist.
I had a very interesting, and a shout out to my friend David and another couple buddies of mine, Kevin and John, obviously, and a few other buddies on Facebook. And I have an interesting group of friends on Facebook that from all sides, right, left, and indifferent, whatever. And there was one person who today was just so obnoxious, making comments. And you know what? It's like whether you voted for President Trump or you did not, he's our president. And I think everyone should not say support and back. I'm not saying that. But people should protest properly, fairly, and respectfully.
And respect the office.
Respect the office. Whether you respect him or not,
Right.
you have to respect the office.
Absolutely.
But I will tell you, people don't feel that because they say these ridiculous statements of like, and I am not for what's going on, but he's not my president. Well, then
Right.
you're not an American. I don't know what else to tell you.
Well, the other thing, like,
I don't think there's any proof of Russian collusion, which the mainstream media is really pushing that agenda.
It's actually a true story. A friend of mine, an Irish gentleman, he's no Trump fan. He actually doesn't care for him at all. But he was visiting the Dominican Republic and watching CNN, U.S. CNN.
Right.
And after a couple of days of listening to CNN, he's like, this is absolutely ridiculous. He's like, I don't like Trump at all. He said, but everything is so skewed against him.
Yeah. Right.
And I said, this is, again, I'm not supporting, but I do think when I hear people say this is the worst presidency ever,
Oh, no,
he's
it's
like
not.
day 70.
No,
Are you
no.
kidding me?
I
Day
know.
70. That's like saying a pitcher who had a bad game.
Yeah.
And
he's
for
the worst
one-
pitcher
He's the
ever.
worst pitcher ever. He had an awful career.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying it in support or against President Trump,
Yeah,
but
but they do that thing that first 100 days kind of
Right.
situation.
I don't remember anything that Obama did the first 100 days. Honestly,
Me neither.
I don't remember. I quite remember Ronald Reagan. All his actions didn't take place till a year later.
right.
So why are they counting this first 100 days?
Yeah, it's always it's like
Because
a,
that's
But
that's
it's
the meter
cable
mark,
news.
It's
right.
cable news,
It's
and we're-
cable news. It was
right.
not like that.
And
with
you
I
have
was-
to
Ronald
I was-
Reagan.
understand something too. I think because as we have grown as a nation with technology, as a world with technology and news and media outlets, it's 24/7.
It's
everywhere.
everywhere.
It's a little-
everywhere.
I mean,
There's
they
nobody
even
can
talk
analyze
about
anything.
millennia living alone,
Yeah.
separate
beds.
bedrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
Come
are
on.
you-
If
if
anybody
anybody knows
had separate bedrooms, a few past presidents we could
all,
talk about.
actually almost all the presidents. I'm a big history buff. A lot of the presidents actually sleep separately from their
mean,
wives
not even if that, but, like,
because
come on.
they have separate bedrooms because the president is usually working late into the evening, and his wife's got whatever is going on in the morning with her programs, and they sleep separate lives.
Right.
And
just-
that's a shame. It's obviously it's a shame. Whether you're a Democrat, Republican, whoever's in the
It's the
presidency,
same.
Right.
you're under the microscope. Like I'm no fan. I was no fan for all those who care or who don't care. I was no fan of President Obama, but I respect him. I
Absolutely.
respect things that he tried to do. I
Right.
disagree with a lot of the things he did.
Right.
But you know what? He was there. You have to respect
Right.
it. And
That's
you know
what
what?
I don't understand. This amount of disrespect.
Well, I think again because he is not part of the mainstream. He's not a politician. He's not.
And he loves
can
it. He
be
loves
in-
it. He
right.
loves to fuel
He
the
can-
fire too.
Oh, I
And
fan the fire.
Yeah, fan the fire.
And
It-
twittering and all that stuff. Atypical of somebody who's in office. But I will say this: I think that as a healthcare professional, the concept of Obamacare was a good concept. It was an epic failure.
Right.
However, what's going on here?
Right.
You know.
Like, I think there's one way, and I mentioned this to my friend before the show. So, you know what? I think the approach for changing the Obamacare, which I think, in my opinion, has been, I'm not going to say a complete disaster, but it's been a very, very traumatic for a lot of people. Obviously, it's been very good for some people, too, who never had health care.
Due
Right.
to the
I'm all for it.
expanded
But
But there's
Medicaid.
still
right.
31 million
But
people
without
health
healthcare.
care. And those who have health care have inappropriate or insufficient health care.
So, but with all that said, I think instead of attacking Obamacare,
Right.
why not just say, you know what, we need to fix it?
That's exactly it.
And take it, and I blame President Trump and Speaker Ryan for that, because they should have taken a different approach. Listen, we want to fix it. And there's Democrats who
Right.
want to fix it and know there's problems.
I agree.
But,
Well, in all honesty,
I have a plan.
you have a plan?
No,
What's your
seriously,
plan?
when
Go
I
watch
went
some
through
Speedos
doctorate
and Blake
school,
and a
no,
Speedo?
seriously, when I went through doctorate school, we had to discuss things like that. And I'm not saying my plan is perfect, but there's an approach, and I feel like the Republicans bitched and moaned for all this time
Repeal and
about
replace.
repeal and replace.
Repeal and
Yeah, they got
You had
themselves in a
8
corner.
years to do this. You
And you
painted
failed
yourself in a corner, and now what?
Now what? But that's where I think, again, going back to President Trump, if I was on his team recommending things, I would have said, listen, instead of saying I'm going to have a Republican administration, I would have said I want to have an American administration.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to pick the best Republicans or the best Democrats. I'm going to pick the best people. I don't care if they're Republican or Democrat.
Right.
And I think, obviously it's going to be
that's how the
skewed
government
towards.
should be run.
I really think
Yeah.
Paul Ryan threw President Trump under the bus. That's my opinion. I
There's
don't
probably some
like him.
politics there. Right.
I endorse him. I don't endorse him. I mean, he played games throughout the.
The election period. He
Now
did.
we have at least the two hardliners who can't stomach him, Lindsey Graham
Right.
and Senator McCain. They speak their minds the way it is.
Yeah. I respect that.
Me too. So
Yeah.
that's why I don't trust Paul Ryan. He got to go.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to go anywhere.
I don't
Unfortunately,
think so
and
either,
because
but if
the
I-
far right has been the problem. Like you look at John Boehner.
He knew he
and
got
John
kicked out.
Yeah, he's like, this is ridiculous.
I'm not
You know
dealing
who's
with
gotta
it.
go?
Huh? What was that?
She's got to go.
Who?
Well, Pelosi, yeah.
It kills me.
Again, all these
she's
people.
a cup of nuts, that one.
Well, I will tell you what I did see on the news today because I am a news buff as well. I am.
They yell at me at night.
They are, the Democrats are going to run 2018.
They're going to run a strong.
They're going to run a very strong single-payer system.
Right.
And I get that.
And I kind of get that, too.
Sure.
And I think if they ever did a single-payer system with the proper copay and the proper monthly pay, it could be successful. I am not speaking
disagree
of a
with you on that.
socialistic medicine.
I disagree with you on that. I think that the enemy lies in the health insurance companies.
If you're going to have a national health care, which I'm for, if you're going to have it, this program's become a political program.
Absolutely.
But if you're going to have a national health care policy, which I'm for, which is I'm very progressive.
I am
conservative.
too.
You have to have tort reform. You have to have insurance reform. You have to have
Absolutely.
pharmaceutical reform.
Absolutely.
And you really can't have. What's the point of having national health care? Bring the cost down and get everybody insured.
That's what I'm
talking
talking
about. And the only
about.
way to do that is by limiting
That
risk
middleman.
for the insurance, which I'm not a big fan of the insurance
Right.
companies, but you have to limit risk and you have to force them to bring down the rates. And you also have to say, if somebody's ordering medicine in the United States and they can get it in Canada for 20 cents on the dollar,
Exactly.
then why can't they legally go ahead and do it? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, again,
Why are
you
we
have
subsidizing the rest of the world?
Because we have different rules and our FDA policies. And let me
Right.
just say,
No.
because a lot of times, particularly online, things are out of date or they use different compounds that are not safe, and that's the truth. However, because we have regulation here, why do our companies here gouge us? the
Because
drug
we
companies?
subsidize the rest of the world.
Yes,
There's
we
medicine.
do.
There's medicine that my mother takes here that is very expensive, and there's medicine, the same medicine made
we
by
gotta
the same pharmacy they can get elsewhere for $2 a pill.
know.
It's ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
They're
It's
playing
$20 a year.
They're playing our song.
They're playing our song.
When's
Nancy,
the
it was
best?
great to have you here
Yes,
again.
always.
You got to
Yeah.
come back.
John,
I
thanks
might
for
come back
calling in.
next week if I
I like
stay.
it.
If she stays, she
if you stay.
No,
There's a lot of
we-
Speedos. There's a lot of Speedos
I
on the
can't
beach.
come.
So you
I
can
will not be here next week because it's
Oh, so I'm
Passover.
not coming next week.
Well, then how you can be with me?
There you go. She can be the she.
Yeah,
Anyway,
'cause I'm
thank
not
you
going
guys
to
for tuning
Passover.
in, and I appreciate everything. And Mike appreciates everything.
Always.
Please, you can get us at 1-888-565-1470. He said, she said, South Florida Style on Facebook. And he said, she said, SOFLA.com
You do
is
that
our
so well.
website.
You do that so well.
I know I do. We'll see you guys next week.
You've been listening to and watching He Said, She Said South Florida Style. Join us every Monday at 6:30 p.m. on AM 1470 WNN and 95.3 FM. Or watch live on Facebook, Periscope, or AMP2 TV to talk about hot topics and what makes opposites attract.